Hi, everybody. Good night to everybody. I just came back. I was at the Brendan Bouchard Experts Academy today, and that was a beautiful event. I got to see a lot of people, and I got really sad at the moment because they were talking about engaging your audience on things that are, hi, Diane, things that are secrets or stories, that something that really hurt me in the past, or things that I've been through that I have not been sharing with you. I share in a private session, like when I'm with a client, if somebody has been sexually abused, I will talk about the times that I was sexually abused. And so this is kind of hard for me because times that were difficult in my life, and that I am committed to start sharing with you. I'm committed to share with you the stories of the difficulties that I went through, but not just to place myself as a victim, not just to complain about it, but to show you how I overcome these things, how I turn it around, what happened, the impact it had on me. And what it came the most for me is why I do this, why I am so committed to devote my life to work with you, to support you to have a happy, fulfilling life, to have happy, fulfilling relationships. Hi, Santosh. Hi, Diane. Hi, Suraj. Hi, Mark. Hi, wow, thank you guys for being here. Yay. So all these difficulties that I had in my life, I will start now to have a series. I will call it, 21 days of secrets of Kika. So there will be 21 days where I will be sharing my deepest difficulties I had in my life, with the purpose of sharing with you the struggle I went through, so you can get how can you overcome this struggle. Because a lot of times what I notice in my private sessions with clients is that people are going through a lot and they think they have a story that they are the only one. They are the only one suffering, that is only this problem going on only with them. And you're not the only one going through that struggle. And like I mentioned, again, our life goes in cycles and we go up and down, and there's changes, and all these changes that are occurring to us are making us better and who we are. Hi, Johan, and hi, Michelle. Hi, Deepak. Hi, Anthony. And so this is what I want to share with you. All these stories, and some of them involve my family members. Some of them, involve being sexually abused by family members. It's hard for me to come out in the public and say, hey, I was sexually abused and the abuse happened within my family. And to say it in public, it's a big deal for me. But I will tell you in details what happened and why and how I overcome it and what it took and what happened and what it changed in my life. Because I want to give you the gift of awakening and supporting you to become the best self you can be. And so I will start. Maybe I should start by sharing a story today, because if I just say I start tomorrow, it's not going to happen. So, wow, let me pick one, because today we did this exercise where we were supposed to look our stories of commitment. So I want you to understand the level of commitment that I had to my family. And, I'm so proud to say that my son now is 16 years old and he's in college, and I have two sons. They're both the highlights of my life. But my older son, we went through a lot, and thank you for the love. And so when Luke was about 2.5 years old, I think he was two and a half, I think, I moved into this little apartment, and I had just moved in. I had problems with his dad. It was just a horrible relationship. And we were just ending that relationship. And I was devastated in every possible way. I was just looking to find my own place. And I went to this place and I got this apartment, and he was helping me to move out. And then he just dropped my stuff. Like, I had boxes and boxes. I was packing. I had a little child. And anyway, he was dropping all this stuff in there, but with a lot of anger and that was just so hard. I was just so sad. I was sad that we were divorcing. I was sad that I was alone in this country. I was illegal in America then. I didn't speak very good English then. There were so many things that were not good in my life because I was a financial director of a company in Brazil before I left. And then I did that. That was me. I got in America, I got pregnant, and I started to clean houses. I had to, but there was this moment where we moved into this little apartment. And I was so sad, by the way. His dad threw everything in, and I was trying to turn on the light, and I could not figure it out, the light. And turned out that there was no power. And it was about 8 p.m., and everything that I had was in boxes. And he leaves, and I was glad he left because he was just screaming at me, like, for whatever. And I was just bawling, crying, and I'm holding this child. And all that I had to give my son for dinner was my breasts. Thank God I had milk. And as I was feeding my son, I promised to him that I was committed that he would never go through a struggle again. He would never have to suffer or go through any pain or anything because we didn't have enough money or we were not doing well. And that was strong because we kind of had to sleep. I could barely find our blankets. We had to sleep in the carpet pretty much until the morning came, and then the manager came and turned on the light and so on, and I could organize my little apartment. But I was so happy because I was starting a new life. So fast forward 6 months later, in that same apartment, I started to be, I was cleaning houses. And I remember I met my friend Judy. I went to clean her house. And I told her, oh, I love yoga. I do yoga since I was 16 years old and yada, yada. And she said, why don't you teach yoga? Why don't you? I said, oh, I read tarot cards and yada, yada. And she said, I'll teach you how to give massages. And so I signed up and I did a little fast course on massage. And I started doing massage. And there was just so many clients. And this just happened. And like 6 months after that day that I had my little man crying on my arms and I was feeding him the only thing I had, which was my milk, 6 months later, I was making $10,000 a month doing only therapeutic massage. And I remember I used to charge $67 an hour. And I worked so hard. I worked so hard because I was doing the training and I was learning how to do massage and I was doing it and I made it. And after that, I was saving about $1,000 a week, and I was so happy. I was feeling so rich then because it was like, oh my God, I never make this much money, not even. So, and I couldn't drive that time because I didn't have a driver's license. It was a very, very difficult time in my life. And so it's now a good 14 years later, and I have a beautiful home and a beautiful life, and I'm so grateful. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you, how many of you have been into that time in your life where things were not good at that moment? Things were difficult. Things were hard, but you committed yourself to change it. You committed yourself to create a new life, despite of what was going on, despite of how hard it was at that time. You can choose now to change the things that are not working for you. And that's why I want to start sharing these stories. Today was just a small story, but, you know, I'm just so grateful. My son is 16. He's studying philosophy. He's finishing high school at the same time. He's a great man, a great little man. Like, little, no, he's tall. He's taller than me. But I'm so grateful that I made that decision at that moment and not put myself in a victim mode. which happens. And if you're having some difficulty in your life right now, something that is hard for you, I invite you to make a commitment to change what's not working for you, to change what you want to get better, what you want to create. And when you make that commitment, if it's a strong commitment, you will create situations, things, everything will happen that will support you to get where you want to be. And so that was my little story for today. That's when I was breastfeeding my little one, and we were in an apartment full of boxes, and we overcome it. And then 6 months later, after that, I was making $10,000 cash. That was a lot of money. That was a lot of money, like cash. That was really good. And I worked so many hours. I remember I sometimes I couldn't sleep because my arms were hurting, like from giving so many massages. But it worked, and they were all therapeutic massage. I didn't even know Tantra at that time. I didn't know anything, and yeah. So this is one of the things that happened to me, and I'm committed for 21 days to share very deep, private things in my life. And I think tomorrow I'll talk about the sexual abuse that happened in my family, because it's time to be public about it. And thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with me, because this is still not easy for me to share in a public way. I think tomorrow I will remove my family members from this blog. Well, they don't speak English anyway, but I will remove their names so I can talk about it, because this is important. This is something that I think can help a lot of people. And so I hope my little story today helped you and inspired you to, if you are having a hard time, that you can turn things around and you can commit yourself. It's the level of commitment. Sometimes I feel like people don't have it hard enough, so they don't commit to a change. They just like get used to things not being so good. Like, this is not the way I want, but I continue. So if something is bothering you, you got to change. You got to change. I see a lot of people that they don't have the courage to make the commitment to change what you don't like. When you make that commitment, the whole universe inspires you. The whole universe supports you. The whole universe tells you what's the next step. It's like the blessings come once you say, yes, I'm committed to change this. I want to be better. I want to live a life of integrity. I want to change. I want things to get better. So from living in my little apartment, cleaning houses, and I had to get buses to go clean the house. I couldn't drive because I couldn't have a driver's license. I was illegal in America at that time. That was 14 years ago. So from that to 6 months later, making $10,000 a month cash, being independent, and doing my thing, working from home, that was awesome. So I feel like the blessings came because I was commitment. So I'm asking you, what are you committed, deeply committed, and what kind of commitment you want to do with yourself right now to change in your life? And then if you feel like you can type here and share what you committed to change. And thank you, Michelle Renette, for watching this. This is a very raw video. Like I didn't prepare for this. I just came from a long day from a seminar, but I felt this is my commitment. 21 days, 21 videos. They will be raw. They will be real. And I will share with you real parts of my life that I think that will help you to overcome difficulties. So I love you. I love you. And I am totally committed to support you to create a better life in all levels of your being. And that's my big why I do this, why I spend hours and hours. Like now I'm like spending hours and hours writing and finishing this book and doing all this stuff. It's not the money. It's to see you grow, to see you expand. That's my juice, to see that I can touch, inspire you to take care of yourself. It's just, it's so deep for me. My why I do this, why I'm here for you. It's deep. It's I really care. I am here to support you. Hi Martin. Thank you, Michelle, for all those beautiful comments. Hi Johan. Hi Ayardi. I'm not sure Ayardi. I'm not sure I'm saying your name right. So thank you guys for being with me. So tomorrow probably around the same time, or if I have a break in the lunchtime, I'll make the video about some more raw stories. So there will be 21 days of raw secrets and stories from Divine Kika, from Sandra. That's me. So thank you guys. Good night. I love you. Stay blissful. Choose what brings you joy. Choose what makes you blissful. And again, make that commitment. What are you committing to change in your life? What are you committing to grow, to make better? Something that you don't like that's going on right now that you want to change. And the first step is acknowledge that you don't like. The first step is acknowledge that this is not okay. And then you can go for the change. Mwah! I love you. Good night, guys. Thank you for watching.